I think there's something really interesting about experience. We talk about experience in a whole raft of things, and of course, experience is really important. You know, the more we've done something, you know, the more experience we have to call on. That means that it becomes more efficient. We get better at it, hopefully. And what I'm really interested here is about, you know, as a coach, or when we're working with coaches, how do we know that the coach that we're working with is you know, has experience, or how do we keep that experience, or how do we take that experience and embed the learning so that we become better at the thing that we're doing? So in coaching, we have something called supervision, and supervision is where experienced coaches come and have coaching themselves with their own supervisor that looks at their practice, looks at the things that are coming out of their own coaching experience, and explores that to make sure that we are offering, you know, not only the best service that we can, that we're looking at our own values and ethics, and ensures that our coaching is, you know, is following best practice, and we're not falling into cognitive biases, that we're not falling into the traps of making an assumption that we understand and know what's going on for the client, because every client is different, and while every experience may be very similar, that client will come at it from a different point of view, from a different and unique perspective. And the value of a great coach with a lot of experience is we don't fall into the trap of making an assumption that, oh, I've come up with, or I've come across this issue before with another client, and make the assumption that it's the same issue, because every client will look at it from a slightly different perspective and from a slightly different organisational background. So the power of supervision is such that will allow us to look at that in a unique way, and means that we're not making an assumption, and we're not driving the client to make a decision based on the coach's experience, but from the client's experience. So if you want to know more about supervision, or you want to know more about the coaching best practice, then please give us a shout. We'd love to have a conversation with you about supervision.